Okay, Johnny, this one's got your number on it. Let's jam.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Cinemajam, the podcast where we jam about movies. I'm your host, Sebastian Gomez, and today we're venturing back into a world that has captivated audiences for over 3 decades. In today's mini jam, we'll be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. For me, the original Jurassic Park is a cinematic masterpiece, easily landing on my top 20 movies of all time. At the time, in 1993, it was a revolutionary masterpiece in visual effects, and the film struck a perfect balance between human survivors and dinosaur action that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. Steven Spielberg did a magnificent job of bringing Michael Crichton's novel to life, launching 2 movie franchises that have spanned more than 30 years. However, it is fair to say that both Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World trilogies have offered diminishing returns in terms of ticket sales and movie quality. So when it was announced that we will be getting a new film, Jurassic World Rebirth, there was a sense of cautious optimism. With a fresh created team, including Gareth Edwards as director and David Koepp as the writer, along with a new cast, this film signals a new beginning. And the big question is, can they reignite the spark of the original? Well, let's dive in. One of the most significant changes is the new lineup of actors. Universal Pictures has brought Scarlett Johansson to take over the leading role from Chris Pratt, essentially swapping one Marvel superhero for another. She is joined by a talented cast of individual or characters, where Mahershala Ali's character being the particular standout. I also found the civilian family portrayed by Manuel Garcia Rulfo, Luna Blair, David Lacono, and Aurora Miranda to be a welcome addition, and they portray the characters pretty well. The new creative team has done a superb job of crafting a new narrative within the Jurassic Park universe. While there are references to the previous films, they are subtle and don't feel forced. For cinephiles and fans of monster movies, the names of Gareth Edwards and David Koepp should be familiar. Koepp penned the scripts for the first 2 Jurassic Park films, so he is no stranger to this world, and he has a knack for writing compelling action sequences and, more importantly, creating characters that are engaging. This is one of the standout aspects of this new installment. The characters are interesting and feel motivated. Even the more minor ones have a little bit of background. Every time a character is lost, you feel the emotional impact it has on the rest of the group. Well, at least in Mahershala Ali's character. He is the emotional anchor of the film, and he provides support to Scarlett Johansson's character as she navigates her traumatic past. Alice, along with the family that they rescue at sea, forms the true heart of the story. As for the plot, shares similarities with the Lost World Jurassic Park. That's the second movie in the series. The story follows a group of mercenaries led by Johansson and Ali, who are hired by a pharmaceutical company to collect blood samples from live dinosaurs. And while this may seem like a convenient excuse to return to an island inhabited by prehistoric creatures, David Koepp's writing elevates the narrative by making the characters and their motivations compelling. The rescue family is on a different path from the mercenary group, which adds an interesting layer to the story. This is reminiscent of the first Jurassic Park, where Dr. Grant and the children must navigate the jungle on their own, leading to significant personal growth. Scarlett Johansson's character is a cool-headed military type, much like Chris Pratt's character in the previous films. In contrast, Ali and the family reacts to the perilous situations in a more relatable, human way. As for the other characters, such as the scientist played by Jonathan Bailey and the corporate figure played by Rupert Friend, their roles are somewhat predictable, as well as the rest of ScarJo's mercenary team, who seem to be there so that the dinosaurs eat someone that are not the main characters. At least we do get a little background and camaraderie from them at the beginning of the movie. Now, Let's turn our attention to director Gareth Edwards. He is a significant reason why this film is so successful, and I believe he did an outstanding job. Gareth Edwards knows how to make monster movies. His first feature film, Monster, is a great independent movie around the premise of giant aliens living in the tropics, kind of similar to what is happening here. He then made the only good American Godzilla movie, and now has made the only good Jurassic World movie. I think his talent is undeniable, especially working with this scope and these type of stories around giant monsters and how small humans are compared to nature. Edward excels at building tension and creating action sequences that are easy to follow, even in low light conditions or during intense chase scenes. The film is well paced and avoids the overly bombastic and illogical action set pieces that plague the last two Jurassic World movies, Dominion and Fallen Kingdom. Instead, it follows a more logical and human-driven path. So, what's the final verdict on Jurassic World Rebirth? I thoroughly enjoy it and will highly recommend it. It shares more in common with the original Jurassic Park trilogy than the recent Jurassic World films. If you're a fan of the first trilogy, this is a must-see. And as I note, I always thought that Jurassic Park 3 is an underrated film. I can confidently say that I will be watching Rebirth again, something I could not bring myself to do with Jurassic World Dominion and Fallen Kingdom. In fact, I was more inclined to replay the Jurassic World Evolution games than to rewatch those movies. Jurassic World Rebirth marks a triumphant return to form for the franchise, and it's a film I'm excited to discuss further. That's all the time we have for today's mini jam in Cinemajam. I'd love to hear about your thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth, if you're going to see it on release date on July 2nd. Or you can connect with us in social media. We are in Instagram, in YouTube, and in Facebook. If you search for Cinemajam Pod, you can find us there. Until next time, keep jamming about movies.